Hey YouTube, today I just wanted to speak about one of gaming's most slept on franchises, a gaming icon that you would assume is bigger, but it's just never been that popular. It has the second most games of any gaming franchise, you know, the second most sequels, and it still has not even received a big game, a big budget 3D game since 3D has even come about. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, we're gonna speak about the Blue Bomber himself, Megaman, and the many ways that the Mega Man series can just like grow, and the different ways I think they can take it into. And if you agree with me, just drop a comment. If you have some other ideas of what Mega Man could do, drop a comment. Let's speak about it because I'm so interested in this series. But we're gonna jump straight into it. So I have a few ways Mega Man could continue the series in a safe way, and a few ways it could be risky. So number one for the safe ways to continue the Mega Man series would be to just make a new Battle Network or Star Force type of gameplay game, and make it online with crossplay. You know, those games are never going to struggle because they've always had good stories. Maybe not all of them, but a good amount of them have good stories. The gameplay is tight. The multiplayer is there. There's replayability because you can go around, collect the cards, improve your deck to fight people. There's so much potential as an esport. I think it's actually still an esport on the Game Boy Advance. And I think it has a unique advantage as an RPG series because it's actually entertaining to watch as well as being multiplayer. Like most turn-based RPGs can really turn people off due to the fact that it's turn-based, but the cool thing about both those series is that they're active as you're playing it, so it makes it fun for the player to both react, to strategize, and, you know, even for people to watch it. If they made it so it was more watchable, like I think that game would do really well. And I honestly think that this has the best selling potential for any Mega Man series that's currently out. Quite frankly, I think it probably already is the best-selling Mega Man franchise. Like, Battle Network games have consistently sold really well, and the Battle Network collection sold 1 million in like 2 weeks or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Battle Network collection is the best-selling Mega Man game of all time by now, because Mega Man 11 wasn't that far ahead of it in sales, and it's been quite a while since we got an update on sales for the Mega Man Battle Network collection. So yeah, I just think that's the most valuable Mega Man franchise out there in terms of being able to grow the series and having a truly unique gameplay style. So yeah, I think that one would be a very safe bet. Just a sequel with a good budget. Then another safe way I think they could continue the Mega Man series is just complete Mega Man Legends 3. I'm talking the original one they had for the 3DS. Just like up-res whatever you need to so it can come to modern consoles, and it can still be a budget title. And as long as it's good, the Mega Man fans are starving, bro. Like, they're starving, and Mega Man Legends has just kept building clout even from people who haven't played it, just due to people speaking on it so much from nostalgia, that I think the game would do well, at least for a budget title. If they just finish Mega Man Legends 3 and put it out, we'd buy it, you know? If they wanted to go really crazy, I'm talking really, really crazy, they could make a Mega Man Legends collection with the Tron Bond games, and then you can also buy Mega Man Legends 3 inside of that collection or separately. I'm talking they finish Mega Man Legends 3 and put it in the Mega Man Legends collection for a full sale of $60. That would be fire. Then another thing they could do is just make an actual Legends sequel with a budget, because Mega Man Legends, the whole concept was always, let's make Mega Man 3D, and making an actual Mega Man, a 3D Mega Man that actually feels like it has fun movement and free movement. I like Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, but they don't properly feel like Mega Man in a 3D form. Like they're very slow games. The controls are outdated because you use one stick to aim. It just doesn't represent Mega Man the way I would like it to. But if they actually put like a big budget behind the Mega Man Legends game, like I don't see any reason why it wouldn't do well. And then let's talk about the risky ways they can evolve the series. So my first one is Metroidvania, man. And I say Metroidvania, man, because I always thought like Mega Man would be great in a Metroidvania. Like, I almost feel like Mega Man would be better as a Metroidvania than Metroid itself. Like, I think it could be up there with a game like Hollow Knight, cause just the core concept of Mega Man, like you beat a boss and then you get their ability. Like that would just work great for a Metroidvania. Like you get some new traversal skill anytime you beat a boss. You find these little bosses in whatever corner as you explore the map, and then the game really opens up, and it feels much more rewarding than just beating a boss and going to the next room in a game like Metroid. Like, because we know Mega Man bosses are hard. So once you beat that hard boss, you immediately get your gratification, and then you go on. Like, make a beautiful Mega Man game. It could be a 2D Metroidvania. Like, it doesn't even need 3D graphics. You could make it like a beautiful hand-drawn style. I think people would get into it, because look at how big Hollow Knight is. Look at how big Ori is. Look at how much Metroid is growing its 2D series. Like, Metroidvanias are up right now. It's just they just need to be actually good games to sell. The fans are there now because of Hollow Knight. So another risky way that Mega Man could continue the series is by rebooting the series themselves and just putting the plots into single games. And what I mean by that is like no Mega Man 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, just Mega Man 0, and you just get the whole Mega Man 0 experience, the definitive experience, all in one game, and the story really hits for you. You feel like you get a full game rather than the 4-hour fucking death fest that Mega Man games are. You just get a full nice experience. It could be linear, they can open it up, whatever, give it the nice remake treatment. Because we know Mega Man used to be like an annual release, and a lot of those games didn't need to be released as individual releases. If they could just cut some of the fluff of the stories, maybe even cut some enemies, and just pack some of the good stories into a singular game, that would be great. And I think that's so important because there are a lot of Mega Man game stories that really are impactful and have like a lot of emotional investment, that you don't want to lose the stories on games like those. Like, but it's hard to make a remake because Mega Man is split up with all these annual releases and there's so many games to make. But Mega Man has some really interesting concepts in its games. Like, if you ever played Mega Man 0, 3, or 4, a few of the Mega Man X games, Mega Man Legends seemed like it had something cool going on. I didn't play through the Mega Man Legends games fully. And then Mega Man Star Force 3 is a banger. Like, I can't even bring up the specific story points because I didn't play through these Mega Man games since I was a kid, but I just know they were very impactful and they defined gaming to me at a point in my life. And I just know these are stories that you like stick with. Like, say in Mega Man Star Force, it's kind of crazy how well they depicted Geo's depression and the fun he really has around his friends, and relayed that information in a way that I understand, and the character felt like they were real to me and they had like real emotions. I felt like they were doing a great job writing that. I know a lot of people ain't played the Star Force games, but the writing was superb to me. There's just way too much latent potential in Mega Man to not be making these games, in my opinion. Like, Mega Man is a very good design that can keep selling merchandise. Like, not on the same level as like a Mario or a Pikachu or even like a Sonic, but it's not too far from them. Like Mega Man is a good design that's carried through years, and there's a reason that it was seen before as Capcom's mascot, you know? Like it's a really good design that holds strong, and that's why they could make all these different games and people are still interested in it. So there's just too much potential there. So now I'd like to just transition into like what do you think is the most valuable Mega Man to make a series with? Like from the perspective of I can make a cool game, a cool modern game with this character's gameplay style, how well their like design translates to like modern audiences, and yeah, like just the clout. Like in my opinion, I'd say Battle Network overall wins because I mean it's an acceptable design. It has really cool design upgrade, like the power-ups look really cool, and like the multiplayer alone creates so much replayability that you don't have to do much to sell people on the game. Like you could even just make a multiplayer part of the game and people might only play that. Like they might not even go through the story as if it's a fighting game. Then I'd say X is the second one for me. The reason I don't put regular Mega Man, like yeah, the games are more popular than the X games, but I think X is like Mega Man games just improve the gameplay of the previous iteration for the first 3 series. So like X is an improvement upon Mega Man, 0 is an improvement upon X. So, and X just got the most popularity out of those. So I think X translates pretty decent. I still think he needs a redesign because like a lot of them X characters just look like robots and tidy whities. But yeah, man. And then there's also the original Mega Man. I think that's like the third most important Mega Man. The reason why, despite his popularity, I don't think the original Mega Man is that valuable to make a new game with is because for one, they already made Mega Man 11, and then 2, like Mega Man, the original Mega Man doesn't have any of the cool gameplay elements I want in to like actually play as when I'm playing a character. Like that would probably be an X because X was a improvement upon the original Mega Man series, and then 0's an improvement upon the X series. So it's not quite as cool, straight up. And for the sleeper hit, in my opinion, I think 0 is the best person to appeal to people with because I think his design is the coolest for modern audiences. Like, look at this animation on the screen. Like the design is just too cool for everything. When you see him in fighting games, you're like, damn, he got that shit on. And like, yeah, I'll admit it. Like I've been waiting all video to glaze 0 the whole time. Like, do y'all see this, man? Like, this is the first man that ever made me want to style my undergarments. Mega Man 0 is dope to me. I always thought those were the best art styles they ever had in Mega Man. And yeah, like, it's also like the evolution of Mega Man X. So, like, how can you go wrong with it? If you made that 3D, it could be really cool. But that's all I had to say. Like, what do you think is the best design Mega Man? Drop it in the comments. And that's really all I had to say about what I think it would be cool to see Mega Man do in the future. So now it's time for me to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you think about the future of Mega Man. Let's have a discussion in the comments. And if you like this video, you can drop a like, comment, or subscribe. I appreciate it. Ciao.